Good morning, everybody. I thought it'd be fun to do like a day in the life of a 4-month-old. Well, Atlas is like 4.5 months, but so the time is now 6:27. I typically wake him up about 6:30. As of now, knock on wood, he sleeps through the night. So he went to sleep at like 6:40 last night, and so I'm about to go and wake him up. So yeah. Say hi. He just had a bottle. It's 6:50 now. He usually doesn't let us go too long without feeding him first thing in the morning, because obviously he's been sleeping all night, so he's pretty hungry. Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself? So now we'll pretty much just like hang out. His wake windows right now, so a wake window is like from the time he wakes up to the time like we lay him back down in his crib. And right now I'm trying to get him to 2 hours. This first one is usually like his shortest one, and it's like an hour 35, hour 40-ish, depending on him and how long he will last for. So usually like he'll play on his playmat for a little bit, or we'll go get dressed, change his nightly diaper, because like he wouldn't even let us change his diaper without eating first. Otherwise it'd be a big screaming match. So we'll do that, and then sometimes he'll hang out in his room. We have to usually like switch between a couple things to make our sleep time, huh? You'd go back to sleep right now, wouldn't you? Whoa. Say hi. Say hi. So yeah, that's just a little update. The goal is to make it to like 8:05 before laying him back down. I would love to make it to like 8:10, but sometimes it can be a struggle just to make it to the 8:05. So yeah. I also meant to add, he's currently drinking 8 ounces like first thing in the morning. He doesn't eat 8 ounces for every bottle he has, but that first one typically, because he's usually a grubby monster because he's so hungry. Huh. So he drinks 8 ounces first thing in the morning for breakfast. So yesterday I started this project in his room of starting to hang certain clothes and fold certain clothes, because they're getting to the point where it's like we have these little baskets and like just not a lot is fitting in there. So it's like the bigger his clothes get, especially like the zipper like sleepers, they just don't, like a lot of them don't fit in there. So I'm still gonna fold those, but just probably just sit them in the drawer. This is what we've got to work with. So got the things pretty well hung up. Oh, I'm sorry. So we got onesies here, rompers, long sleeves, sweaters, nicer stuff. And yes, for now, it's color-coded for the most part. Will it stay that way? No, it won't. But it's just nice in the beginning to like have it like that. So yeah, I got that pretty much done, which I'm happy about. So let's see what time it is. It's 7:51. So we still have like 20 minutes that I would like to go, but somebody has the hiccups. And they don't like the hiccups. Huh? You don't like the hiccups. You say hi. You say hi. He loves this little toy that my friend is letting us borrow. It was her little boy's. So we're just borrowing it. And yes, this is like a little changing pad because this is where I typically change him. Huh? Yeah, he's definitely getting sleepy though. His eyes will like get all glassy. But we're gonna go a little bit longer, huh? So yeah, that's his room update. I'm happy with it. I guess I could show you the drawers. So this is like all stuff like he's wearing right now. Like all like from here. Like this is all the stuff he can wear. These are his sleepers. These are sleepers like for the next stage. Cause see, like I said, like these would not all fit in like a little basket like this. Even all these sleepers don't fit in this one very well. And then down here, we've got pants for the next stage. Cause it's like 6 to 9, which is like prime winter time for him. It'll be like September to December, I think. So winter, fall. After I went to the sale, I found a ton of stuff that like people had given us. And I was like, man, like I really should have, you know, been a little bit more prepared. But I'm not mad about anything that I got. So we're just gonna share. Sharing is caring. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So the time is now 8:14. That looks like really weird in the camera, but so we made it to 8:10. He's just in there right now. He's just settling down. So we'll see how long it takes him to go to sleep. Okay, so it's now 8:22 and he's asleep. Can you see that? Oh, really? Let's see if I can brighten it up. There. Oh. See? So typically this is like his longest nap of the day. I let him sleep 2 hours usually. And then his other naps like progressively get like less throughout the day. He's really tired in the morning, and like the other naps, I mean, I would say like 80% of the time I have to wake him up from them, but then there are times that he just like wakes up. Where with this one, I would say in the past, for at least like a month and a half or so, like I've had to wake him up from this nap. There were days in like the beginning that he would just wake up. But he's pretty much like, he sleeps the 2 hours. I got dressed while waiting for him to go to sleep. Briar has left for work. I didn't record that because if I recorded every tiny little thing we did all day, I mean, this video would be like 12 hours long. So that's what we do. So for this 2 hours, usually I'll lay back down on the couch. I would say 8 times out of 10, like I go back to sleep for just a little bit. With these longer wake windows though, it's more progressively harder for me to go back to sleep because I mean I've been awake for like 2 hours at this point, where when his wake windows were less, like an hour or less than that, it was like super easy to go back to sleep because you've only been awake for an hour. But I still try to rest because he takes a lot more energy now. Like we've got to move him to different areas and do different things and like walk around the house just to make those wake windows. Otherwise I think he would sleep so much, but I'm not sure like he would still sleep at night if we let him just sleep all day. So because of that, it's nice just to like rest right now because it is the longest period of time. I'm just gonna chill on the couch, watch some Stranger Things, and wake him up in about 2 hours. So yeah. Say hi. We're up from our second nap. It's now almost 11, so he slept till 10:20 when I went and picked him up, and then he just finished a bottle. This feeding, I can typically, like, I don't have to feed him right when he wakes up. He's usually semi-patient. Huh. I say semi because you do get hungry, huh? Yeah. And this bottle is about 6.5 ounces. It's the smallest bottle of the day. Around the time he turned 4 months, for some reason, this particular feeding, he just was eating less. I mean, it was a struggle to he was eating only 4 ounces. And so for some reason, it's the smallest bottle, even though it's about 4 hours since the last time he ate. And so it's one of the longest periods of time between feedings, but now we're just hanging out watching Stranger Things. It's one of his favorite shows. Huh. He likes Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, the song, and Neverending Story. Huh. He's a little Stranger Things baby. Gonna make you an 80s music baby? Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. Just now, time for another wake window. So let's see, I woke him up at 10:20. So yeah, we're gonna try to go to about noon, maybe a little after noon, just to kind of stretch that just a little bit. And so we've got about an hour to just hang out. I've been reading the first Harry Potter book to him, so we'll probably read some of that. Play on his play mat. He's got an activity center that we might put him in. So usually if he's good to just chill for a bit, I don't attempt to change activities till he gets bored, because then we run out of things to do, because there's only so much a baby can do when they can't fully sit up by themselves. We might practice sitting up and rolling, huh? Do some tummy time. So yeah, there's an update. Okay, so the time is now 12:15. He did really good this wake window, and I'm super proud of him. We almost made it 2 hours. And he's not quite asleep. He's settling. The key is just doing different activities, moving from one area to another, because it's not just activities. It's we were in the living room for a long time, and then we spent a good 30 minutes just in his room too, which I think is really helpful. But yeah, he did. I'm really proud of him because I would say our nap time routine is just like a couple minutes. But I started changing his diaper and getting him ready probably at about, like, it'd been an hour and 50 minutes. So I could lay him down. So yeah, I'm really proud of him. So we'll see how long it takes him to go to sleep. Okay, so the time is 12:29. He's asleep. He's been asleep for probably like a couple minutes, but I had to go in and give him a few extra cuddles and switch him around in the bed, and he finally settled. He doesn't ever like full-blown like cry for like a long time, but like he sits in there and he'll like grunt and protest, and I just know like he just needs a few extra cuddles. So we did that, and now he is asleep. So for this nap, I will let him sleep for about an hour and a half. This is actually, today is like the latest he's ever gone down in terms of like, not so much like how long it took him to go to sleep, like that's a pretty average time, but just like he stayed awake for so long, and I'm like so proud of him. So I'll actually wake him up about 2 o'clock, which is great because that's just in time for his next feeding, and really try to push to that 2 o'clock to eat, just because that like worked best with our schedule in terms of like when we start bedtime and everything like that. So the fact that I'm gonna wake him up at 2 o'clock is like pretty awesome, and I'm excited. And in terms of what I do during this nap time, it varies day to day. Sometimes I'll eat, sometimes I'll work out, clean, read. Sometimes I just sit and watch TV. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'll do. It's always kind of a mystery, but it's like there's so many things like I could do or should do that it's hard sometimes to even just like pick something to do. You know, it's like the ultimate struggle. Okay, so we've just finished our third bottle for the day. It was 7 ounces. Hi. What are you doing? He woke. I went and got him from his nap at 2. You're kind of leaning there, dude. You say much better. So I went and got him from his nap at 2. He was awake for like a little bit in his crib. Like he woke up after a little bit, and he was like rolling around, talking and stuff. So, and he acted like he didn't want to get up when I went and got him. So we might have a shorter wake time before we go down for the last nap of the day, but we'll see. We'll see how he does, huh? We've moved rooms, haven't we? Yeah. This is our game room that ultimately I always had hoped would be like a playroom. So yeah. We're just hanging out. It's about 2:30 now, so we'll see like how long he lasts for this one, huh? Oh. Yeah. So yeah. Our days like are pretty, you know, not like full of excitement all the time. We don't always like do much. We might go for a walk later because I don't think it's as hot today as it has been. So we'll see. Huh? Do you want to go for a walk later? You do? Look at that milky drool coming out of your mouth. Okay. Definitely starting to drag. This is like the part of the day where it's just like I'm really tired. So I mean, here he is. He's not quite asleep yet. I don't know if you can. It's 3:45. I don't think you can see the oven all the way. I'm just tired. I really don't want to get up and walk over there. He's like almost asleep. But this nap was a little more difficult for him to go down for. I think just because he was like extra tired. Yeah, like I think he just went to sleep while I was talking. So, typically this nap ranges from like 45 minutes to an hour. This will definitely be one of the naps that just like progressively kind of like gets shorter as we like have longer and longer like wake windows. So yeah, so it's like 3:45 now. I'll probably wake him up about 4:20 is typically like when we like to wake him up, because then we start bedtime at 6, and we won't keep us like starting bedtime at 6 for much longer. It's slowly gonna like push back to probably about 7, or like started at 6:30 and he'll be asleep by probably like close to 7, just because, you know, baby schedules are always shifting and changing, and so you just have to kind of like keep adapting and evolving what you're doing to fit what works best for them. So this will be his final nap of the day, obviously. When he wakes up from this nap, I think we're gonna go for a walk, because like I said, it's not as hot today. I mean, it's still hot. I'm probably gonna go check the mail while he's napping so that I can kind of like gauge. But we've gone out when it's hotter, just because this last like stretch after this nap seems like the longest stretch of the day. I feel really fortunate. Like he is a really good baby, and like pretty much everybody says that when they meet him. So I really can't complain that much. But it's still like, it takes energy. It's still exhausting. Like, he's not independent, and so he can't like independently play unless it's on his, you know, activity table, which, I mean, he doesn't want to sit in that for long, which I get it. And so it's just, you know, constantly like moving him around, trying to engage him and keep him engaged long enough, you know, to where he will take a good nap. Because I know if like we lay him down too early, then he'll just take forever to go to sleep and then never go to sleep. So it's always this like balancing act of trying to gauge, you know, just the right amount of time for him. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, the day, well, like part of the day of me being at home by myself is quickly coming to a close. You know, it's hard because I know like other people have like babies that are more difficult, and so I don't want to sit here and like complain. And I'm not complaining, I'm just stating the facts. Like, I'm tired. And so since this is a much shorter nap, I will probably just like get a snack and maybe read for a little bit. Briar and I are getting pizza for dinner tonight. It's pizza night in our house, so I don't have to worry about cooking dinner, which is really nice. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, Atlas, what are we doing? Are we about to get ready for bed? Did we go for a walk after your next nap? Yeah? And then we just try to keep you entertained? Blah, 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 blah. Is that making your bottle? So the time is now 6:54. We're starting just a little early because that second nap wasn't the best. So we're gonna start just a little early, and that way he can go to bed early. He's tired. He's basically been yawning since I woke him up from his nap. So yeah. I hear the dad. There he is.
Ring a ding ding, dinner's here.
Such service you have, sir.
Only the best for the prince.
Yeah. Okay, well say goodnight. Say thanks for following along.
I was making the face for him.
Okay. Okay, so Briar is doing bedtime and putting Atlas down. The time is now 6:04. So by the time he's done, it'll be like 6:20. And then, yeah, he'll be asleep probably like, I'd say between 6:40 and 7. Most of the time it doesn't take him very long, knock on wood, but sometimes it does. So that's gonna be it for this. I kind of hope to do this like every month because babies' schedules obviously change, and it's just interesting. Like if I had started this way back when he was a newborn, like our day would look completely different than it does now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.